are kings of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
On the road from a wet and rainy Chatham, Massachusetts, welcome to Veterans Field for the second of two meetings here between the Anglers and the Wareham Gatemen. Welcome on into the leadoff spot with Jack Hunter, Amanda Foster in just a moment. I'm Aiden Blanc. Jack, not the best effort offensively last night for the Gatemen. They ran into a brick wall with the Hyannis pitching, and now they look to turn things around with the team with the worst record in the Cape League.
Well, not too far long ago, we were talking about maybe the cleanest game of the year, a Friday night win over the Brewster Whitecaps, in which they hit well, they pitched well, they played good defense. And really since then, the opposite has happened. The last two games for the Gatemen against Hyannis and then the day before against YD, really nothing has been good about the play. You talk about the hitting, that was shut down. They almost got no hit last night. The first hit was in the seventh inning. The Hyannis pitching staff was doing something special last night. Smith Pinson was great the day before. But on the pitching side, it was kind of a new problem last night. The walks really weren't an issue like they have been. They only walked 3 batters, but they gave up 13 hits, 4 of them extra base hits. Hyannis hit them hard. So this team is in need of a full 180 turnaround. It's not like you can really pinpoint one thing that they just got to really improve on tonight.
It's a Chatham team that did beat the Gatemen here, but fell at Spillane Field. So tonight will be the rubber match in this 4-game set over the season.
Yeah, and Chatham's also struggling too. I mean, they're struggling to be able to get on the field and play. They had 3 consecutive games this week that were postponed, 2 of them here at Veterans Field, but Chatham has been the worst team in the league this year. They're last in runs scored, they're last in ERA, so pitching and batting. They've obviously had a lot of issues this year with roster transactions. Manager Tom Holliday's made that pretty well known online this year. So this is a good opportunity for the Gatemen to get back to their winning ways, because you're playing a team that is also struggling. And, you know, if you look at it, struggling way more than the Gatemen have been. The Gatemen are still in a pretty good spot. Chatham's got a lot of climbing to do.
Let's keep things rolling on the leadoff spot. Here's Amanda.
Here on the Manager Show with Ryan Smythe. And Coach, in the last 2 games, the starting pitchers in both of the opposing teams that you faced have been able to quiet the bats. What needs to happen tonight for the guys to get confident at the plate again?
There's a lot going on right now. You know, the draft's going on. A lot of these guys' buddies are getting picked up, and I know that's something that they're thinking about right now. We need to look past that and just get back to playing some good baseball.
On the weather here tonight, a little bit drizzly right now. Chatham, known for its fog, having canceled some games in the past few days. What's the message for the team when you're playing a game that could possibly be shortened due to weather?
I mean, we just got to be ready to play baseball. If we can get it in, we're going to get it in. If we can't, Mother Nature doesn't want us to, then we took a nice bus ride on the Cape.
Oh, and you mentioned the draft. Coleman Picard and Mark Manfredi, 2 pitchers who were here just a few weeks ago, got drafted today. What's that like for you, having coached with them?
That's really cool. For me as a head coach, those are my first 2 guys that have been drafted. I've had plenty in the past as an assistant, but for somebody that managed them throughout the summer, really cool. I texted both of them, reached out, both got back to me, had a good conversation with both of them, so I'm extremely happy for them.
And Brett Wozniak scheduled to start today. What do you like about his pitching?
He throws 3 pitches. He threw strikes when he was out here. You know, his first time out on a mound, got us out of a jam. He's a confident kid, which always is good getting on the mound. I know Chatham has a handful of lefties in the lineup, so I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services.
The Gatemen are proud to partner with Franklin Sports as the official batting gloves of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves courtesy of Franklin. From the Cape League to the big leagues, it's all hands on deck.
Welcome back to the leadoff spot. Taking a look around the Cape League standings, and for the first time this season, the Gatemen find themselves in 5th place in the West Division. They do have a tie with the Falmouth Commodores, but in that season series, Falmouth has won 2 of 3. So by the tiebreaker, for the first time this season, Wareham is in last. And Jack, what's going on in the East?
Yeah, in the East Division, YD still out in front, up 3 points. But how about this? 4 out of the 5 teams in the East Division lost yesterday. 4 out of the 5 teams in the West Division won yesterday. And talking about the East, Orleans, Brewster can't really figure things out in the middle, which is kind of leaving it a 2-horse race between Harwich and YD. And then in the West Division as well, something else to comment on is that every team in the West is on a 2+ game winning streak except for the Gatemen. So everybody's playing well right now, so the Gatemen are going to really need to step up over the next few games.
Let's keep things rolling on the leadoff spot.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore our offerings, including new programs in brain and cognitive science, business analytics, coaching, forensic investigations, marketing, and transformative justice. Check us out online at curry.edu.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Tom and Gene Yawkey were passionate about baseball. Over 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yawkeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics. They recognize the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field. The Yawkey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape Cod Baseball League for more than 25 years.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 100 years of Cape Cod baseball and 100 more.
Welcome on into Veterans Field on a foggy Monday night. Ready for the Chatham Anglers and the Wareham Gatemen, the third of 4 meetings this season, the final meeting here in Chatham. With Jack Hunter, Amanda Foster, I'm Aiden Blanc. Good to have you with us. And Jack, we've already entered a delay, just 5 minutes, but things are not looking splendid in the outfield. We can see the entire field for now. Things could get worse, could get better, no way to tell.
Yeah, well, Chatham, in case you're just joining us, had 2 games at home postponed earlier this week. So, anyways, we're hoping that the game gets played tonight.
Yeah.
But we don't know. I mean, it's not getting any better out here.
Well, why don't we take a short break, and we will rejoin you in just a moment, just about ready for Anthem and starting lineups as we get set for baseball. The Anglers and the Gatemen, hopefully coming up a little bit later on the Gatemen Baseball Network. We'll take a break, back in just a bit. And we return from Veterans Field. It's the Anglers and the Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network, the third of 4 meetings this summer between these two. With Jack Connor, Aiden Blanc, good to have you with us. Jack, let's get right into it. Starting lineups. First, for the Gatemen, they are the visitors tonight, and boy, do they need a win on the road.
They do, and they need to get the bats going, and a good way to do that would be getting them going early. So Nick McLean will be leading them off, DHing tonight with Garen Caulfield playing second base and hitting second, with the big Hush Bus, Grant Hussey hitting third and playing first base. Lawson Harrell in the cleanup spot playing right field with Sebastian Murillo hitting fifth. Grant Sherrod playing left field tonight. His first start in a Wareham uniform will be hitting sixth, with Renee Lastris behind the plate, the catcher hitting seventh. Bobby Bozer playing center field hitting eighth, and Dorian Gonzalez handling the hot corner tonight hitting ninth.
For the Anglers, defensively, it's Schubert in left, McDonald in center, Lyle Miller-Green is out in right, Aiden Miola's at third, Derek Fabian, former Gateman, is at shortstop. At second base is Maldonado, and Willa Hoyt is at first. The battery is Davis and Melendez. A thick blanket of fog covers the outfield, and it's starting to creep into play. The Gatemen are in their traditional road navy blue uniforms, a W on the front left breast patch. The letters and numbers are in cranberry with a white outline. They got white pants. Doesn't appear to be a stripe. The Anglers in their traditional home uniforms, they've got light blue stripes, pinstripe uniforms. It's white with light blue numbering and a red outline. It does say Anglers across the front in baseball script, and of course the pinstripe pants. Few games already rained out tonight, Jack. This one not likely in danger of rain, but this fog, we've seen it so far twice. 2 games that the Gatemen have played this summer have been ended prematurely due to fog, and, well, this one looks like it very well could be on its way to a third. The Gatemen, as we mentioned, not so hot on the road, 1-9-2. They need this game to get played, and they need to win it.
Yeah, our buddy Andrew Saliver in the Chatham broadcast booth has sent me an excerpt from a 258-page book. He says, the book says, notoriously Chatham fog interrupted and even canceled games at Veterans Field. Out at sea, the Gulf Stream carried 80-degree water up from the Caribbean, gradually warming Chatham's beaches and the waters on the south side of the Cape. Winds out of the southeast and east typically pick up warm water vapor over the Gulf Stream. The vapor condensed as it passed over the cooler inshore water, turning to fog. The thickest fog on the Cape blanketed the south shore along Nantucket Sound. Fog covered Chatham, the southeast tip of the Cape, the point of land closest to the Gulf Stream. Wow, that adds up. More frequently than any other town on the eastern seaboard. Fortunately, fog tends to evaporate quickly before passing over the warm land, but some evenings the fog thickens imperceptibly over Veterans Field.
The Anglers have taken the field, as has tonight's starting pitcher, Gabe Davis. And Jack, he's got a tall task if he wants to match the pitching performance that Hyannis gave last night, allowed just 1 run, and Wareham didn't have a hit through 6 innings.
Well, a tall task for a tall guy standing at 6'9" out of Oklahoma State, just finishing his freshman year for the Cowboys, and if there's a guy up to repeating the performance that Hyannis gave against Wareham last night, it would be Gabe Davis, who has been practically flawless through his first 3 outings here on Cape Cod. He started 1 game. It was kind of his middle outing of his 3. The last game, he came out of the bullpen on June 30th. 4 innings, 1 earned run, 2 hits. He's a guy that's got a big fastball that sits in the mid-90s and then a slider that people believe to be a big league slider. He's got kind of the closer makeup, but he's been able to get the Anglers some innings so far, so they're going to try to get 4 or 5 out of him tonight.
Nick McLean is about to lead off the Arizona State Sun Devil. Around the league, 2 games postponed tonight. Harwich and Katuitt, Brewster and Falmouth. Both games will be made up on July 12th. That is Wednesday. This game cannot be made up on July 12th because the Anglers already have a game with Bourne. So we have no idea when the game would get played if it doesn't get played tonight. There are a few games still going. Orleans and YD will start at some point. It's listed as 6:30, but no start yet, and that looks like it could be a rain out. Bourne and Hyannis are underway in the bottom of the first at McKeon Park. Again, a wet day all across Cape Cod, but we have somehow gotten to Chatham, and we will play some baseball tonight, at least for the time being. That fog has started to seep into the outfield. It is supposed to sit, which is never a good sign. Gabe Davis has finished his warm-ups and is about to face Nick McLean, an early front runner for an all-star spot. Switch hitter going to bat from his left side and lead things off on a Monday night in Chatham. The Anglers won the meeting here. The Gatemen won the meeting at Spillane Field. This is the rubber match of the series. McLean drags his bat across the plate, now waggles it above his shoulders. Davis stretches, deals. A strike and we're underway. 0-1 taken down the middle. We're underway at 7:06, so a minute later than the already delayed start time. Happy to have you with us on the Gatemen Baseball Network with Jack Hunter. I'm Aiden Blanc. Timeout already. Melendez has gone to talk to his pitcher, Davis, on the mound. Anglers have had back-to-back fogouts in this building, or at this field, I should say. They did play yesterday, gave up 6 first-inning runs, lost to Harwich 7-6. 8 1/3 of no-hit baseball after surrendering those 6 early runs, which turned out to be the difference maker. Lift and an 0-1 is lined back up the middle, nearly took Davis off. It scoots into center for a base hit. A hard shot from Nick McLean, and he reaches on just 2 pitches to start this ball game. After Wareham was no hit through 6 last night, they have a hit 2 pitches in tonight.
And good for Nick McLean, too. Just snapped an 0-for-12 spell at the plate across 3 games. The pitch releasing at 94 and met with even more power. McLean sending it off over 100 miles an hour up the middle.
Davis comes to set. The righty Garen Caulfield out of Arizona now stands in with his college rival, summer ball teammate McLean on first. The pitch sails outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Davis, as we mentioned, a sophomore out of Oklahoma State, 7.92 ERA in the spring. Through 25 innings for a Cowboys team, a check back to first and McLean's in safely, a Cowboys team that was 0-2 in their own regional, one of the more surprising results of the NCAA tournament. Caulfield, the second baseman from his right side, stands in, takes a strike, outer third, and the count moves to 1-2. Or 1-1, rather. McLean a few steps off first, held on by Willahoyt. The 1-1. Dealt in the dirt, blocked by Melendez, keeps it in front of him, prevents the advance, and the count's now 2-1. Davis was a standout at Choctaw High School. His head coach was a former Oklahoma State pitcher, Shane Hawk. He tossed 2 no-hitters during his senior season. Was a member of the football, wrestling, basketball, and golf teams in addition to playing baseball. 2-1. Cut and a miss in the dirt, 2-2. So Caulfield's starting to get later in the count, now in a 2-2 deal. With the fog continuing to move in, now really starting to get the best of center fielder Zach McDonald. Pitch is dealt in the dirt, 3-2. So a full count to Caulfield after the leadoff single from McLean. Just underway, 7:09 on the East Coast, and we're glad to have you with us coast to coast on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Caulfield having one heck of a season, batting .326 with 14 hits and 3 RBI. Has made his case for an all-star position. Check back. McLean in front of the tag at first base. And we'll do another 3-2. Gatemen are back home tomorrow against the Falmouth Commodores, and we'll talk about the implications of that matchup in just a moment. High set, Davis deals a 3-2. It's popped in the air. Right field, no, it's going towards right center. No one knows where it is. It's going to get down on the center fielder, McDonald, who dove for it. Rounding, going to third is McLean on second with a double. is Garen Caulfield. Already the fog has done the Gatemen some help. It's a double for Caulfield. Runners go to second and third, and this is no doubt already going to be an issue. McDonald, we couldn't see where the ball was. McDonald couldn't see where the ball was, finally figured it out, dove for it, and missed it, allowing Caulfield to get to second base.
Yeah, well, McDonald is playing in his first game with the Chatham Anglers today. No, I mean, that's a rude awakening for Mr. McDonald. He couldn't see it, and then when he did see it, just made a big diving catch, and already our umpires are convening here.
The umpires, Jeff Kinney at the plate, Arturo Belmonte at first, and Mike Rabideau at third base are now converging just down the first baseline. No doubt the coaches are going to get involved at some point as a decision gets made on this fog. Again, Chatham has not played a full game or even started a game in this at Veterans Field in quite some time. They've been postponed they were postponed 4 consecutive days, July 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th. The last 3 of which were here. The last game that they played in full at Veterans Field was on Monday, July 3rd, a 10-6 win over the Harwich Mariners. That game itself was a makeup. Now Ryan Smythe and Tom Holliday have made their way out. They are convening just to the right of home plate. Just 2 batters into this game. And the Gatemen, with runners on second and third base, have a good opportunity to score if this game can get played.
Well, when the game starts, the umpires are the one that have the discretion. So they're meeting with the coaches now. They might ask the coaches what they think, but ultimately the final call, once the first pitch has been thrown, goes to the umpires. They're the one that are in charge of this game. Before the game, Tom Holliday, Chatham manager, Ryan Smythe, they can kind of decide, okay, you know, what they can come to an agreement. But once the game starts, it's up to those 3 umpires to decide what we're going to do here, and they are currently still talking.
Wareham has not had a game postponed due to fog. They have had 2 games ended prematurely due to fog, one in Hyannis that ended 2-2, and the other a 12-1 loss, 11-1 loss at the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox just a few days back. Both of those games were well past the 5th inning. The Gatemen have not won a game due to fog.
Well, this conversation is going to be difficult because both of these teams are desperate to play for their own reasons. Chatham, as you mentioned, has had so many games postponed here that they don't have any more off days. But on the Wareham side, yep, they're going to pull them off the field now. On the Wareham side, they need to get a win.
The Anglers are now jogging towards the dugout. Nick McLean, Garen Caulfield, the 2 Gatemen on base, are going towards the dugout, and it looks like we have officially entered a fog delay here at Veterans Field for the next 15 minutes. We will wait to see if the fog can recede. Again, this game led off with Nick McLean, 2 pitches in with a base hit up the middle. He then advanced to third on Garen Caulfield, who drew a great count, a great at-bat that resulted in a fly ball to right center field that dropped down on the center fielder McDonald and put runners on second and third base. Again, for a game to be official in this league, it's got to go 5 innings. We are nowhere near that right now, just 2 batters in, and we have already had a fog delay here at Veterans Field.
Well, you could also get through 4.5 too if the home team has the lead, but neither, you know, that situation is not really going to be coming into play here. So 7:28 is when they are going to attempt to resume this ball game after initially a 15-minute fog delay set into place at 7:13 Eastern Standard Time here in Chatham.
We will hang around for a few more minutes and then get some alternate programming on. Again, if you're just joining us, 2 batters in, we have a fog delay in Chatham. The Anglers have not had the best of luck with fog thus far. This game, just 2 batters in. There are runners on second and third, Garen Caulfield and Nick McLean, respectively. Grant Hussey, the first baseman from West Virginia, is due to bat. Peter Burns, you can hear him, the voice of Veterans Field, currently entertaining the folks at home. We had some MLB draft picks today. And Jack, for the first time this summer, we can officially say some 2023 Gatemen were selected. Both Coleman Picard and Mark Manfredi got the call to play professionally earlier today.
Yeah, Coleman Picard, the first one off the board from the 2023 Wareham Gatemen. He got picked in the 6th round by the Kansas City Royals, and then Mark Manfredi was selected in the 9th round by the Milwaukee Brewers. Both great guys, great pitchers, college arms that are going to help these organizations out immensely.
The Gatemen are stationed outside of their dugout. They are just, most of them leaning against the dugout fence, a few hanging around and talking. The umpires huddled just to the right of home plate, standing on the grass talking as well. Looks like the Anglers are stationed in their dugout. Obviously, it has not been the most successful summer for the Anglers record-wise and fog-wise. They have had a lot of bad luck, lost a lot of off days. I couldn't tell you if they've had a scheduled off day this summer.
Well, they did have one, I believe, last Thursday, because if you remember, Tom Holliday refused to play a makeup game on that Thursday because he said, you know, we are going to have an off day. And I think one of their players just got drafted, Matthew Etzel for Chatham. They're announcing over the loudspeaker. He had a big home run, 3-run homer for them yesterday, and they announced it. He just got drafted. That's a cool moment.
A few active Anglers getting drafted, as we mentioned. There are no Gatemen currently on the team that are likely to get drafted, but there is at least one or two more that are expecting to have their names called that were Gatemen at some point.
Yeah, well, Lawson Harrell, who's in the starting lineup tonight, I would say there's a chance he may get drafted, but that might be kind of a day 3 thing tomorrow. An older college guy, we'll see if he gets scooped up. I know he would like to sign if he gets the right offer, and ultimately it comes down to money like that. So I'm hoping the best for Lawson. Selfishly, you know, we want him here for the rest of the year, but you know, this league is all about players getting in the right spot. So if Lawson does get picked up in the next few days, it'll be a great moment for him.
So again, we are in a fog delay, no score. We are in the top of the first inning with runners on second and third base, a game that started at 7:06. And we are officially in a fog delay. Why don't we throw you to some alternate programming? This is our friend Amanda Foster in the latest episode of Get to Know the Gatemen. We'll rejoin you right after this on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. However, just because the Gatemen are in a slump doesn't mean there aren't players to highlight. Catcher Yadi Hernandez, who is currently in the transfer portal out of Seton Hall, has been a bona fide wall behind the plate. His quick reflexes have saved his team on many occasions, whether he's blocking off-target pitches or gunning down runners on the bases. Here's a look into the catcher's approach to the game. And as a catcher for you, I'm curious, when you go up to the plate batting, how does that experience help you?
Oh my God, if it does. Honestly, that's something I've been trying to think about. Like, does it really help me or not? I mean, it helps me not think as much. And because I literally, once I go to defense, it's like a whole different ball game than offense. So I try to think less. But I really haven't thought about that. That's a good question.
Okay. You'll keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then you're a big mentality guy. We've talked about that. Is there a specific phrase or something that you like to repeat yourself either before the game or when you're playing the game?
Yeah, of course. I have 3 of them. It's simple, present, and compete. If I do those 3 things and control what I can, everything else is I can't control, and that's my base. That's what I got to do, so yeah.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Since arriving on the Cape, Grant Hussey has quickly made a name for himself. The gentle giant is second in the league in RBIs with 16 and in doubles with 5. He has 2 massive home runs to his name, is batting .263, and can hold down the fort at first base with the best of them. Up there with the best of them also sits David Glancy, who hit a few milestones in the league before making his departure. In his final game against Bourne on July 5th, Glancy became the first player in the league to score 20 runs and earn 20 walks. He'll leave the Gatemen as the current leader in stolen bases as well, with 13 to his name. Here's what Glancy's had to say after his final game in a Gatemen jersey. I'm here with David Glancy, and David, tonight was your last night playing for the Gatemen. What are the biggest things that you've been able to take away from this experience?
I just had a lot of fun, honestly. I kind of found the way that I'm most comfortable playing baseball, and coaches have helped me with that and helped me feel comfortable and let me play my game. So, I'd say the biggest takeaway is just to be myself wherever I go, and wherever the future holds for me, just continue to try to be myself and play the game how I like to play it.
What does it mean for you to come out and play here for Wareham in the Cape Cod League this summer?
It was unbelievable. I mean, I'm obviously so thankful and blessed for the opportunity. So, just gonna soak it all in and one last time and enjoy it with the guys. So that's really it. And what's your message to the rest of the team as you're leaving, if there is any sort of parting words that you want to give them? They'll turn around. I know we had a couple, rough skid and a couple losses in a row, but it's a really talented group. So just to keep their heads up, and we'll turn it around soon. It won't be the end of the world, and we'll flip it around and win 5 in a row. So great, thank you, congratulations. Thank you so much. With that, let's get into the most recent arrivals and departures for the Gatemen. As mentioned before, David Glancy played his final game with the Gatemen on July 5th. Other players who left include outfielder Zach Stewart, catcher Ryan Campos, and pitchers Coleman Picard, Mark Manfredi, Danny Frontera, and Lucas Malstead. Arrivals include outfielder Lawson Harrell, catcher Renee Lastras, and pitchers Gavin Black and Brett Wozniak. Looking at the next few opponents for the Gatemen, things don't get any easier, as expected. They kick off with back-to-back home games against Bourne and Brewster before heading to face Yarmouth Dennis on July 8th. Then it'll be at home against Hyannis, away against Chatham, and home against Falmouth to take us into what is currently the next off day on July 12th. But right now, all we can do is wait and see what each game brings. With that, we'll wrap up today's show. For our producers and crew behind me, I'm Amanda Foster, and thanks for tuning in.
All right, welcome back to the Gatemen Baseball Network. Our wonderful producers in back here, Braden Schenk, Rachel Manning, and Jack has humbly requested to run a game of Would You Rather as we await a fog delay, no score between Wareham and Chatham. Jack, take it away.
So, Gatemen fans out there, good to be with you tonight. This is Aiden Blanc right here, the voice of the Gatemen. This is Braden Schenk, the producer of the Gatemen, and this is Rachel, our other very fantastic producer who puts up with us on a nightly basis.
Hey, it's tough some nights, but we get it done. Make you guys look pretty every night. Yeah. That's our job.
You hear about us talk a lot about baseball, but you don't really know who we are. So tonight,
is that important though? Do people want to know who we are?
It is, because they're going to listen to us with a greater appreciation of Gatemen
find it out
baseball.
whether they like it or not.
And we have quite of a media crowd ahead of us here. So we're going to play Would You Rather tonight, with the first question being, let's start in the back because you hear enough from us. We'll get to it. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
I would say 10 minutes into the future. I mean, I don't know. It just seems more useful.
I see 150 years. I want to know how the world is.
World might be over by that point.
That wouldn't be good.
Oh, jeez.
10 minutes? How would that be so helpful?
Well, if you can see 10 minutes in the future, you know if we have another delay or not.
Exactly. You would know if we were playing this
well,
tonight.
you would know that too if
more
you could see
relevant
150
information. More relevant information.
Aiden, 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
I think I'm a skeptic about the future, so 10 minutes would be great for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if some people may think it'd be cool to see 150 years into the future. What if it's really bad? Then that would depress me. Then what's the point of getting you get old and you're just thinking oh, I guess 70 years until the world is ruined.
There's nothing you can do.
If that would be the case, yeah. All right. Question 2. Would you rather have telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds? So move things with your mind or read minds?
I would not want to read minds.
Yeah.
I think I would like to read minds. It seems interesting.
Only if you could turn it off.
So you can read minds, but nobody else can, too.
I just feel like it'd be fun if you could read someone's mind.
Yeah. But
sometimes I don't want to know what people are thinking.
I don't know. I'm thinking I would rather be able to change people's minds.
Well, that's
or
not
what
an
is
option.
it? What is
it's
it?
Move things with your mind.
Oh, yes,
move objects with your mind.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
You could move the fog out of here.
Yeah.
You could move the fog.
Are we going in another delay? Does anybody know?
I could move the ball so
we're at almost 15
strike.
minutes here. Looks like Ryan Smythe is about to go and tell his team what's going on.
All right, 30 more minutes.
right.
So we're going to 7:57.
30 more minutes of Would You Rather on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
All right, so I'm thinking I think maybe I'd probably rather have the ability to move things with my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because could you move yourself with your mind?
You do move yourself. What are you talking about?
No.
You do move yourself with your mind.
No. Could you pick yourself up and transport yourself through the air? You know,
that makes you should not expect anybody to be able to understand that.
No, telekinesis.
That is
I could pick this pin up with my brain and move it with my brain.
Yeah, but that's not moving yourself.
No. Okay, no. Hear me out here.
That's not moving yourself.
Hear me out here. Okay, so here, see this. I can move this with my brain.
Okay.
Could I pick myself up with my brain and I float?
No.
All right, maybe read
I see what you're saying.
It's a weird
question.
question.
I don't think so.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
Dance.
Those are both terrible. I'm going to take neither.
That's not an option.
I'm going to take neither.
Dance.
Would you rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Probably overdressed, because that way, you're dressed for success. You got to show up overprepared.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that.
I was considering wearing a suit and tie tonight.
I mean, Chatham brings that out. Chatham brings that out in people, I guess. So we're in a fog delay right now. 7:57 is when they're hoping to continue. All right. Would you rather lose your sight or lose your memories? Go blind or lose your memories?
Go blind.
I would say go blind as well.
Blind, yep.
Well, if you could go blind,
Makes all your other senses better. Do you know that?
Yeah, well, and you could listen to us on the Gatemen Baseball Network, too.
Exactly.
But if you go blind, you can't see the great work that me and Rachel do every night, putting the show on.
Well,
Are you just gonna ignore the folks at Wareham Community Television?
They do a great job at home putting together a home production
on,
on the Gatemen Baseball Network. It's a true team effort. It really is.
Aiden Blanc, Rachel Manning, Braden Shank with us, Jack Hunter here. We're playing Would You Rather. We're in a fog delay. All right, next one. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? Be respected by everybody or have unlimited power?
Unlimited power. Then you can make people respect you. Rachel?
I'd rather have respect.
I got to agree with that. Respect all the way. I mean, I feel like people respect you. It's just a better dynamic.
Yeah.
Power, people respect it.
No, but then I don't know if you have the universal respect of people, I feel like if you have power, somebody's going to try to overthrow you. It's not real respect. It's like forced respect.
It's universal,
It's
so it can't be undone.
Well, it's like holding at gunpoint respect.
It's universal power, so it implies it cannot be
metaphorically.
it cannot be undone.
All right. Okay, 3-1 respect. So respect wins. All right, would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Not syrup. It would be like the Great Molasses Flood.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm allergic to Nutella, so it's kind of an only option here for me.
I mean, it's a death match for you at that point.
Nutella also would make it pretty slow and difficult to move around, and I feel like I'm going to go maple syrup.
Would you rather actually, I'm going to say Nutella.
Me too.
Would you rather labor under a hot sun or extreme cold?
Hot sun.
It's actually funny, Jack. Me and Rachel were having this conversation earlier today because I feel like every day on the Cape it's either really hot or really cold or it's foggy like this. But I'm going to take the really hot days.
Really hot. I would agree. Aiden? Hot
Cold.
Or cold? Cold? You go to school in Arizona.
Yes, I do. I'm sticking by the cold. You can always make yourself warmer. It's not always that easy to make yourself cooler.
Would you rather be 11 feet tall or 9 inches tall?
That's a great question.
11 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 feet.
I would get stepped on if I were 9 inches.
Yeah,
you could get into some spaces that other people can't get into. You could squeeze through.
You could play in the actually. You'd probably be too tall to play in the NBA at that point. You probably couldn't even move.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I feel like it would be fun, though, because you could just, like, drop the ball and it would go in. Because if the hoop is 10 feet tall, it's like you would be taller than the hoop at that point.
To shoot down.
Would every block you have be goaltending then at that point?
They'd have to change. Well, I mean, if you were 11 feet tall, they'd have to change the rules of basketball for you.
They would.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Would you rather vomit on your hero or have your hero vomit on you? This is a really random one.
Are you thinking of these on the spot? What's the deal here?
I got a list. I have a list.
Oh.
I'm going to steal Braden's answer and say neither.
All right, well, we can move on from that one. All right, next. This one is better. Would you rather communicate only in emojis or never be able to text at all ever again?
You want to play Would You Rather?
I feel like you would have to go emojis
headset
on it because you wouldn't be able to text at all. It would just be kind of useless, you know?
That's true. Well, like, if you couldn't text, like, sometimes I'm like, I just want a flip phone, so if people need to reach me, they'll call me. That could be kind of nice.
True. Yeah.
This is a Cape-appropriate one. Would you rather lounge by the pool or on the beach?
The beach.
See, I'm not a beach or a pool person, in all honesty.
Really?
This is why I work baseball games tonight. This is my beach right here. Nice, relaxing
and
day.
to think you're living on Cape Cod for the summer.
I'm living on Wareham, which is just technically off Cape Cod, but it's still in the Cape Cod Baseball League. And this is not a good sign, Jack. Here's our umpires are starting to make their way to the parking lot.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at Aiden.
No. Well, the umpires have left the field, which is never a good sign.
No, it's not.
But here's where it gets interesting when you go back to talk about the game. I mean, head coach Ryan Smythe on the phone. I mean, we started this game. Like, what's our options looking like at this point?
So, I mean, they're going to have to continue it at some point. But as we mentioned, Chatham has 2 off days the rest of the year. One of them is tomorrow. And we have a game tomorrow, so we can't play them tomorrow.
But you would be looking at a doubleheader potentially at Spillane Field, but because we started it at Veterans Field, I don't think you can then move venues on a game that's already in progress.
I don't know. Well, and so also the only other off day they have, too, is the day after the All-Star game. But I'm pretty sure that's like we got to have an off day then.
Well, is there a rule
Braden,
against that?
These are all questions that you could ask Andy Lang.
Maybe.
We have the benefit of, being able to contact him at this point. These are some interesting questions.
Oh, is the booth getting bigger here?
We have another entrant.
Oh, gee, we're running out of headsets here.
Yeah, we really are. All right, why don't you introduce yourself? You're brand new. Why don't you introduce yourself to our Gatemen Baseball Network audience?
I'm an intern for the Cape Cod Baseball League. Yeah.
So would you rather play Would You Rather or talk about something else? Do you want to talk about what you do or?
Whatever you guys want.
We are currently playing Would You Rather.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's
These
go
guys
with
are
it.
the producers. They're supposed to be telling us what to do.
Speaking of which, we've got to be the first television broadcast to have 5 announcers on the air at once. I mean, I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah, we have 3 in the front, 2 in the back.
I mean, it's a pretty nice intern setup, though. I'm pretty impressed with this setup.
This is
here,
pretty
you know?
good.
Got here 3 hours early, set this all up.
All right, so would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life?
Rewind.
Pause.
I feel like pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say rewind, because then you can like adjust mistakes you make.
Yeah, that was my philosophy.
But I like
Then
to
there's
pause
no
and
time
just
to
enjoy
reflect.
it. Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Okay.
True. Like you could pause moments that like are really good. Like you,
Yes.
and you could.
But then you can rewind and just have them happen
But
again.
if you rewind, can you fast forward again, or do you have to go back to that spot and then stay?
Well-
it didn't say rewind and then fast forward. It just said rewind. So
Good
like, say you
question.
regret something like.
No, but you can rewind and do the event over again the exact same way.
Yeah, but if it's like 3 years ago, then you have to like be 17 again and then work your way back up to here. I don't think you can rewind
Oh.
and then come back.
Did they just call it?
No, I think someone just got drafted. It's pretty much the same thing.
I heard thanks for coming tonight. Now we will know because the Gatemen are still on the field. They're going to get off.
Oh, it looks like they're in a pretty intense match of hot potato.
Yeah,
Looks like.
we got some true athletes out there on the field. The umpires, by the way, have left the field. I don't know where. Maybe they went to their cars. The umpires are not here.
They did.
They're the
Looks
ones that
like
are going
they
to make
have,
the final call. So,
All right.
well.
Question.
Let's keep going.
It's question 40 on this list here. Would you rather never eat watermelon ever again, or be forced to eat watermelon with every meal?
Forced to eat it with every meal.
I mean, this might shock you. I've actually never had watermelon.
What?
Seafood,
So-
watermelon. What else have you not had?
There's a lot
that
of
we
things
need to
I have
make
not
you try?
tried. Yeah, watermelon's one of them. So I have to do
We're going to have
Plead
to
the
bring
fifth on
some
that one.
watermelon tomorrow.
yeah. That's.
You're missing out.
I don't know.
I think I would rather eat it with every meal because it's like kind of hydrating too. Like
Yeah.
it could be, it's
Yeah.
it's good for you.
It's just as good as water.
So, would you rather get a paper cut every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you eat?
Oh.
Wait, what's the question?
Paper cut every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you eat?
I would say a paper cut. Wait,
I
it's
think
every-
I turn pages less
Why-
frequently than I eat.
I don't feel like I don't read that many books. So paper cuts are just not less frequent.
Yeah.
Um,
We're more electronic people.
Well, maybe like every time you turn the page electronically, you're like brain cut. Something I don't know. I mean,
Jack, you're really dissecting these
these
questions.
I don't have an answer for that one.
yeah.
What's the question?
Oh,
I was tweeting.
Where have you been?
I'm tweeting. I'm trying to get our audience back on.
Well, you're doing a
back
good
on
job.
page.
The viewership's going up. So
Has anybody commented?
no, if you would
You
like
can
to ask
leave in
us
the
a
comments.
question, leave
Yes,
it in the
if you have a
YouTube
good
chat.
idea.
Yeah. Ask us a question. Chime into our wonderful game of Would You Rather. Whatever you feel.
The chat is open. I have it open on my laptop, so feel free to chat into the broadcast.
Braden's monitoring back there.
Would you rather oversleep every day for a week, or not get any sleep at all for 4 days? So oversleep every day for an entire week, or not sleep for 4 days?
Oversleep.
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 Well, I mean, you do that
Yeah,
every day.
I do
so-
oversleep. You live with me. You know that.
I agree. Oversleep.
Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets, or live to 100 with lots of regrets?
Live to 100.
Yeah. Live to 100, no regrets.
No, that's,
No,
you don't.
with regrets.
I mean,
Did you not listen to the question?
no, it's
You can't have the best of
I
both
can't
worlds.
multitask. All right. I would like to live to 100. That'd be fun.
can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Isn't that what they say? Or tie your shoe or something?
Walk and chew gum at
Something
the
like
same
that.
time.
All right.
No, there's like a saying, but that's not it.
Yeah, it's walk. It's walk and chew gum at the same time.
It is? Oh.
All right. Would you rather get trapped in the middle of a food fight or a water balloon fight?
Water balloon
Water
fight.
balloon fight.
Yeah, water balloon.
Food fight
No,
can get
no,
nasty.
no.
You're gonna need to take a shower anyways afterwards.
No, water balloon fight could get really physical. Like you could, like
Really, and the food fight wouldn't.
no, you get some. I mean, you get one of these guys down here involved in that water balloon fight. I mean, you might have like a scar on you.
Oh, what about with like an
Well.
apple or something hard?
That's true. You get Jake Faherty throwing like 97 mile an hour water balloon at you. That might not go so
I think we
well.
need to get the track man on this data here.
Yeah.
The track man on this water balloon or food fight.
Let's see. Would you rather take amazing selfies but look terrible in all other photos, or be photogenic everywhere but in your selfies?
The latter.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
photogenic everywhere but bad selfies.
Yes.
I think that's like I could live without having to
Yeah.
without
Yep.
just take selfies, you know.
I don't take selfies now.
Well,
That I know of.
I don't think that's true.
It's not a lot of selfies. I'll take some, not a ton. I would much rather, a good picture taken by someone else. You're the one with the camera. I would prefer that camera take the picture than, my phone.
All right. Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear any conversation that is about you?
I don't
want
to hear conversations about me.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
There's a whole conversation about us probably going on in the chat right now.
There's nobody in the chat right now for your information.
Chime in. Help us. We're stranded in the middle of this fog delay in Chatham.
Would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously, or be average at something well respected?
I'd rather be the best.
Where did Braden go?
I don't know.
I thought he went to deal with the camera. Well, does anybody take us seriously? They shouldn't.
I would think you'd be surprised.
I don't know. I would rather be average at something really, really cool. Like an average juggler.
Yeah, because it's still like how
Oh,
to
guys,
do
we
it.
got a chat
Okay.
from Mary Chaplin.
Oh, our host mom, Mary. I would hope Mike's with her too. They always listen on the road. They're our host family for the summer.
That's awesome.
Amanda as well.
Oh, she asked one we've already answered. Would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy?
I said that wrong. I'd rather
You said it wrong.
I'd rather be able to move things with my mind than read people's
Okay.
mind. I don't think you were here for that. Would you rather be able to read somebody's mind or be able to move things with your mind?
Move things.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I was thinking, what if you could move yourself? Like, you could move, a pen. But, what if you could pick yourself up and just,
Oh my gosh.
I feel like you could
Just,
do that.
Move.
Just move.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to figure out one that we can do on the air here. Would you rather be alone all your life or surrounded by it says really in italics, really annoying people? Alone all your life or surrounded by really annoying people?
Alone.
I'd rather be alone, I think.
Going like a permanent Aaron
I don't
Rodgers
know.
darkness retreat?
Yeah. I'm a Jets fan. That was cool.
Braden, you didn't hear the question?
I was too busy getting an update from our umpires.
Which is?
They said the umpires, they will reconvene at 5 of 8. The
Which
home plate
is-
umpire said he
wow.
doesn't have the foggiest of clue of how this game will play out. However, they will reconvene.
Did he
at
really
5 of
say
8.
foggiest of clue?
He did. He was even chuckling about it a little bit. I'm like, that's a good one there, Blue. But they are saying we are currently in a delay. We're going to try to wait
All
it
right.
out, but they will reconvene in about 12 minutes or so and
Yeah.
try to figure this out. I mean, to crack
8:05
a little
is
pun out of it.
8:05 is 18 minutes away.
No, 5 of 8.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed that.
We also
But,
do have a chat question here from the great Mary Chaplin.
We got that
we
already.
already got that,
Yeah.
Braden.
I missed that.
Rachel
my
Rachel
gosh.
produced that one.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All right. Question 80.
We're on question 80 already?
I know. We really gotten all the way through. Would you rather have a photographic memory or an IQ of 200?
IQ. of 200.
Photographic memory.
Actually, oof.
Photographic memory. Yeah,
memory.
that could really come in handy.
That would.
I would still say the IQ, though.
Well,
Yeah, but then you would ace all your tests. And
Yeah.
It's
You're a
like,
genius then. Exactly.
but if you
I guess it's like both ways.
if you have an IQ of really high, you could be severely misunderstood.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
Sometimes
That's
people.
why I said photographic memory.
Yeah, I know. What for the IQ part? I'm just playing devil's. I'm bouncing off. I'm thinking
Okay.
while I talk. Some people are too smart that they're misunderstood. That nobody can be on their wavelength. They're too smart. If you have a photographic memory, I think that would serve you in much better ways.
I agree with that one.
I'm praying for poor Joe Puccio and Andrew Sullivan up there. Chatham has had their last 3 games here affected by fog. I don't know how they've gotten through all this fog delay. They've seen like 1 inning of baseball their last 3 games here.
It's a lot of would you rather right there.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing upstairs. They're more than welcome. I don't know if they're
I don't think we have the room down
paying
there,
attention to us. We can kick someone off here. Braden might be the first to go. Or I might. Apparently me.
Hold on.
But,
I just would like to state, for the record, I am the one that puts us on
that
the
is
YouTube
true.
air.
That
You
is
wanna
very
kick me
true.
out
I
of
probably
here?
shouldn't have said that. But, you know, if these poor Chatham fans, they have not seen a lot of baseball recently
And,
here.
we do have another fan would you rather here
Okay.
from Julie H. Would you rather never taste your favorite food again or never hear your favorite music / artist / band again?
Never hear my favorite music.
That's a tough one.
I feel like the food one.
I feel like bands come and go.
Oh,
Good food lasts forever.
Yeah.
I would
that's true.
agree.
I would have to agree. Food is, I would say, food is way more important in the.
Every band is going to stop making music at some point. Not every food is going to cease to exist. Most foods won't. Most foods will be around long after all of us are gone.
And it looks like the chat keeps on coming here. Mary Chaplin with another. Would you rather be completely invisible for 1 day or be able to fly for 1 day?
I would like to fly for 1 day.
I would like to fly. That'd be cool.
What's the rationale? Why would you want to fly for 1 day?
I mean, what's the use of invisibility?
Yeah.
You have a lot of use for it.
Yeah, you can just like fly around the Cape. There you go.
no traffic.
No
actually.
traffic.
No traffic. That's a good one.
Sounds like a dream come true.
Well, how fast can you fly? Like, that's the thing.
And would it tire you out, like when you run?
These are the
Oh, I guess I
Great
never
question.
thought about
These
that.
are the
question.
hard-hitting questions you ask in a fog delay.
Yeah, because if you can just like no energy, then like I would be able to like take a little off day trip back down south. But if it requires like energy, then I'd rather just be invisible. I think that'd be fun. Any other ones, Braden?
I'm monitoring it very closely. That is all we have so far. Again, if you would like to give us a would you rather question, just put it in the YouTube chat.
Or just like an ask us anything question too.
We're looking for content here, folks. The chat is wide open.
We are
It will be
35
read.
minutes into a fog delay. Nick McLean, Garen Caulfield had 2 very good at-bats. Garen got very lucky, I think. What should have probably been a routine flyout turned into a double. Lost by McDonald in center field. McLean had a really good hit. That was up the middle, whether there was fog or not. And you said you felt really bad for Gabe Davis because he got warm.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
You know, first of all, we haven't even seen Brett. We haven't even seen him pitch. So I'm wondering if he maybe does pitch, if this game gets resumed at a later date, if he maybe does get to pitch this game.
Well, here's the big thing. The broadcasters, you
interesting.
guys have to warm up for this game. You have to get the vocal cords warm, do your preparation.
I know, I
for
was
this
hot.
game,
I was on play-by-play the first 4.5 innings. I was ready.
Well, just because
Not that you weren't, but
I'm
I
always
was
hot.
I was
I'm
I
always
was in a
hot.
groove. I was starting to cook. I thought we had a great call. I feel comfortable saying that was going to be the best call we've had all summer.
They call me the Cal Ripken Jr. of Cape Broadcasting. You need me, you got me. Color, play-by-play, fog, pouring rain. I'm there. I'm here.
You can hear the
Do you
wind.
think the tent's going to fly away? Or
I don't know.
Nothing's securing
It
this
does
tent.
not seem that
Yeah.
stable.
We do want to thank our friends at the Chatham Anglers for giving
Yeah.
us this tent, the only team this year that is giving us a tent.
Yeah,
so
I don't
thank
know what
you.
we would have done without it.
Thank you to the Chatham Athletic Association
Thank you
and
for
Chatham
the tent.
Bars for
Yep.
sponsoring pretty much the entire Cape
Sponsoring
uniforms.
the tent.
Gatemen still have Chatham Bars in patches on their uniforms.
actually.
That's how old those are.
Yeah.
Or at least their home ones. I think they probably have them on the road uniforms, but at least on the home uniforms, the Cranberry, they still have Chatham Bars in on the patch. Chatham Bars in, of course, has not sponsored the league or at least the uniforms in a while.
All right.
Ryan Smythe is making his way back to home plate. He's going to go talk to John Schiffner. How about a blast from the past? He was the Anglers coach for over 20 years here, and he has dealt with his share of fog. And they're conversing right now. Schiff is now working with the league. Do you remember his exact title?
No, I do remember this question though. Would you rather run at
Great transition.
Would you rather run at 100 miles an hour or fly at 20 miles an hour?
Fly.
Fly at 20?
Fly.
Yes.
I mean,
What
20
was the question?
Would you rather fly at 20?
I can already run.
Fly at 20 miles an hour or run at 100 miles an hour?
I would rather fly
Let's assume for this, like,
because I can't fly right
I
now.
feel like that's kind of slow.
yeah,
like-
let's assume for this there's no stamina. Like, you got like unlimited motor for this.
Okay.
Like 20 miles an hour flying is slow because you're on an airplane going 500 and you think you're going slow and you're going 500 miles an hour. This is 4% of 500 miles an hour.
Interesting.
So I think I'd rather run at 100 miles an hour. Wait, but could you you can't like run on you could run on the highway, right? If you were running 100 miles an hour, like could you go somewhere?
Yeah, you could.
I mean, most cars don't go 100. Well, they can, but you probably shouldn't.
Like I want to make the trek back to Wareham right now. Could I run on the highway if I could go 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
And could they pull me over?
I
I
don't think you would get pulled over for
Could I-
running 100 miles
Could
an
I
hour.
get a speeding ticket for
no,
running 100
no,
miles
I don't
an
think
hour?
you would.
Brayden, any chat questions?
We just got one from Jack Garvey. Would you rather be a dog or a cat?
Jack is a fellow Cape Cod Baseball League intern. Shout out to Jack.
Did he get to a game tonight, or was his game rained out?
He went to Katuitt, and then the game got rained
Yeah.
out. So then he went to Falmouth, and then Falmouth got rained out.
Oh man!
So
Stay
Don't
away
you
from
come here.
To come
Stay-
to Chatham.
stay
You
away
can
from
get a
here.
6th headset. Join this, whatever's happening here.
wait, what was it again? Dog or cat? Dog.
Yeah, dog or cat? Hard-hitting question.
Absolutely,
Well,
dog.
so I'm a dog guy through and through, but like cats are so low maintenance. Like I feel like you can just like leave them alone, like
Yes.
just like leave them inside.
I don't like cats.
You could leave, but like if you're thinking of the perspective of like if you are one, like a dog is like kind of like you need to rely on somebody to like feed you a lot and like take you out, and like a cat just kind of does its own
On
thing.
Halloween, you don't talk about scary black dogs.
I mean, maybe you should. Pit bulls are scary.
No, most pit bulls are great.
Oh, jeez.
Well, okay, so but I'm just thinking like if you had to be one, a cat would like require much less like maintenance. Even though I say this as a dog person.
I agree with that, but I feel like just being a dog is more fun.
That is true. Like what is life being a cat?
You have 7
Not
lives.
much. You have 9 lives.
Nice.
Or 9? 9? I thought it was 7.
Come on, Brady.
Nice.
We already
You just graduated high school.
I don't
This
know what
is
to
important
say.
information for college.
Well, this is why I would choose a dog.
Braden's
first of
going to
all.
Virginia Tech, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Braden.
Oh, jeez.
Anything else from the chat?
Jack Garvey, will the Red Sox make the playoffs?
No.
I don't know if he's talking about the Boston Red Sox,
No.
the YD Red Sox.
I bet the YD Red Sox will make the
Well,
playoffs.
yeah, I think the YD Red Sox will. Boston Red Sox, no. Next question.
And then keeping it moving, our buddy Kyle DeSantis, would you rather never take the easy way out of anything or stop procrastinating?
Oh, hey, it's Peter Burns, public address announcer.
Yeah, hey everybody.
Do you have information for us yet?
yet.
No
Again,
information
as
yet.
I told you, 5 of 8.
Okay.
I traded the
All
role
right.
as a photographer for a broadcaster.
Yeah.
We're playing a very highly spirited game of Would You Rather.
Give me one.
Would you rather be a cat or a dog?
Dog.
Oh.
There you
Next
go.
question.
Oh, hey, if you're allergic to cats, you can't
Yep.
really be a cat.
Oh, jeez. All right, so we get back to would you rather never take the easy way out of anything ever again? Or
Oh,
stop
hang
procrastinating?
on, Braden.
Oh.
We gotta reconvene here. 7:54. They're talking.
Well, no,
This
where's Tom? They're not all talking.
I think Tom left.
I can assure you.
I
he
don't.
did
I
not
don't know where Tom is.
They're
but
not talking. They're spread out.
Could John Schiffner have been reinstated as manager?
They're socially distant right
Although
now.
I will say, now seeing John Schiffner in person, the movie did a great job casting him. I think Ryan did.
You think so?
Did a great job portraying him in the movie Summer Catch. Easily a top 5 movie for me. I think it's a great resemblance. Did a great job casting it. Just
Okay.
wanted to point that out.
Aiden, so rudely. Love you, my friend.
I'm so sorry.
Interrupted you. Can we continue?
I can't hear.
Oh, here
so-
comes Tom. So it's Tom Holliday, Ryan Smythe, our umpires Jeff Kinney, Arturo Belmonte, and Mike Rabideau, and Fog aficionado John Schiffner out at home plate.
Aiden, do you have a favorite umpire?
No. I have to remain unbiased on that.
Lily, right?
I like them all equally.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite umpire?
No. I have no, not here, no.
Okay. Do you have a favorite umpire, Rachel?
I don't.
Brayden, I know you have a favorite
I have
umpire.
a favorite umpire. He is a certified high school baseball umpire in the state of Connecticut. His name is Braden Shank. Great umpire. I hear he doesn't blow that many calls. Might be a little bias on that, but he's
Yeah,
a great
maybe a
umpire.
little.
Great
Okay,
umpire.
what about Cape umpire, Brayden?
Again, I got to stay unbiased.
Can
We've had a lot of great umpires this year.
Yeah.
Made a lot of great calls.
They all do a great job.
And I think the entire United umpire crew does a great job officiating these games.
So
What a great statement, Braden.
I think Joseph Labella has been a great umpire this
I think
year.
Joe Labella's been great.
Mhm.
Jeffrey Merzel we've had has been great
Well, I
a couple
mean,
times.
he was the 2021 Cape
He was-
umpire of the
I
year.
got that fact for you about his son, Dan Merzel. We've had a couple other good ones over the past couple games. I think Arturo Belmonte, who we have tonight, we've had him past couple games. Great umpire.
Jack said he sent in another question.
Question for Lily. Who is the best league photographer?
It's a great
Ooh.
question.
I'm definitely going to have to remain unbiased in that question.
Okay.
Nobody's. Well, what was the one about taking the easy way out? I see a lot of people taking the easy way out right here.
that was our shout out to our friend Kyle DeSantis over at the Danbury Westerners in the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Did any of their games get played tonight? I feel like a lot of those games got rained out.
Count me as somebody that does not care.
It's a wet day just across New England.
All right. Anyway, continue. Favorite for you? You don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one. Everyone's just amazing at their job.
That's awesome to hear.
What's your? Do you watch the Extra Innings show?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite segment on Extra Innings that they've done this year?
I like the duos.
I liked the one they did for the episode 2 with Chatham with I think Xavier Casarilla and Nolan Schubert. That was a good one.
Wait, what's the game?
It's like a duos. Like they give them the whiteboards and ask them how well they know. You're like, who's more likely to in between the two of them?
I can tell you right now, if they put this game in a fog delay, I know what we're doing for the next 15 minutes. We're putting our broadcasters to that test, just as a heads up.
Well, that's not ridiculous.
If we go into another fog delay, folks, stick around. We've got some good entertainment on the way. We're already 45 minutes into this thing.
So, Lily, what are your favorite hobbies outside of taking pictures?
I like to go to the beach.
Oh, wait, good spot to do that.
Which beach?
Well, I'm from New Hampshire, so I go to the beach, like my town beach. For beaches here, I live in West Dennis, so I will go to South Village or to West Dennis Beach.
Favorite Cape Stadium?
Oh.
Field.
Spillane Field?
Have you been to Spillane Field?
Yes, I have. Once. It's like an hour drive for me.
Oh.
So. But, okay, favorite stadium.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I like Harwich.
Harwich is a good spot.
Harwich is a good spot.
I put Spillane
We'll be
Field.
there for the All-Star game.
I put Spillane Field at 1.
We'll be there on Thursday, right? Am I crazy to think that?
I take
Let me look at the game
I
notes.
take life one
We're
day
at
at a
the 2
time.
on Thursday.
Real question, Jack.
Friday.
Can we just change a few things in the game notes and just keep them pretty much the same for the next time these two teams meet? The headlines will need to get changed, but if it's relatively soon, let's see. Yes, at Harwich on the 14th, which is Thursday,
It's
6:30.
Friday.
Yeah, the 14th is a Friday.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
All right.
That's really embarrassing.
So tomorrow, Falmouth home.
You have a calendar on your computer.
I just pulled that up.
Braden told you that
Okay.
too.
Tomorrow, Falmouth
How do
home.
you not see that?
We're moving on. Wednesday is going to be off. Thursday, Cotuit, 5 o'clock. Our final trip of the season, of the regular season to Cotuit. Then Friday at Harwich, 6:30. What a fun trip that's going to be on a Friday going all the way to Harwich. And then Saturday, home Orleans, Sunday at Bourne.
So I think Spillane Field number 1 for me. Lowell Park number 2. Harwich.
Lowell Park
BFC
number 2.
BFC White House Field number 3. That's Harwich. And then give me YD 10. If I had to have a fourth one, I don't know. Just give me top 3. I can only do 3. My brain is too fried.
So I'm going to ignore the travel distance. I won't factor that into this decision. It is kind of hard to beat Chatham. It is.
I feel like it's pretty easy to beat Chatham. I mean, all you got to do is have a field that doesn't flood with fog. Like
wow.
we could be doing our jobs.
I was a big fan of White House Field in Harwich.
I liked Orleans.
Orleans is really nice,
good
and I
call,
think
Rachel.
we didn't get to talk about that. I won't rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'll say the top 5 are Chatham, Orleans, Harwich, Cotuit, and Spillane. I guess I have to put it in there. Yeah,
you
sure.
don't have to. You should
Spillane's
just do it
in there
for the love of your heart.
Rachel.
Yes.
Hobbies.
Top 5 Cape League
Hobbies. What's your why?
What are we doing here?
What motivates you in life?
Well, there was one that Rachel didn't talk about that let's hear your 5 favorite fields, because there was one you didn't talk about that I was curious about.
My 5 favorite fields.
Yeah.
Okay. I really like Cotuit. I like Orleans. I liked Bourne. Bourne was really nice.
Bourne was really nice.
They had grass bleachers
Yep.
that I really enjoyed. What else? Chatham's really nice, and it's good to
here
film
right now.
here.
You can't see it, but
I can barely see it, but from what I remember from last time. And then I guess I should say Spillane.
Folks, she left out the one that's like 2 minutes from her house in Hyannis.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to mention
It's
McKeon
convenient,
Park.
but
We've only been there once.
It's not my favorite to film at. There's a lot of netting there.
We also got a new Would You Rather question in the chat from our buddy Carl back in Wareham.
Oh.
Bases loaded. Would you rather pitch to 1997 Carlos Pena or 2012 Kyle Schwarber?
2012 Kyle Schwarber still in
bases
college.
loaded, game on the line, Game 7 of the World Series. We'll call it a Game 3 of the Cape Cod Baseball League World Series.
Two outs or 1 out?
2 outs. Wareham or whatever your favorite team is, chance to win it. Do you want Pena at the plate or Schwarber?
How much are we up by?
1 run game. They have a chance to win this game right here. Win them a World Series in either the Cape League or the MLB.
Okay.
Who are you pitching to?
I'm pitching to Kyle Schwarber because I feel like Schwarber's got a little more swing and miss in the swing. And if he hits a home run off of you, it's the same thing as if he hits a single up the middle. So I'm not scared about him hitting a home run at that point. I'm just going for the strikeout, and I feel like I have a better chance to strike out Kyle Schwarber than I do 1997 Carlos Pena.
I agree with
you're a
that.
lefty. You have an advantage. On both
Well, they're
guys.
both lefties, yeah. So
you have an advantage anyways.
I know. I feel like I could throw a few curveballs to Schwarby. Like he may go fishing. Like I don't know.
First of all, I just want to say, Carl, this is a great question. I believe 2
It
Gatemen
is.
alum, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Carlos Pena and Schwarber. I feel like you got to pitch to Schwarber. I feel like it'd be cool to say, you want to pitch Kyle Schwarber.
Well, Kyle Schwarber did hit 2 home runs in the Game 3, the Siding Cape League Championship game in 2012. So he's clutch. So he hit 1 in the 9th inning. The Gatemen were down 3 against YD. He hit 1, and then his teammate Mott Hyde hit a 2-run homer to tie the game. And then Schwarber hit the go-ahead home run in extra innings. And then our boy, how am I forgetting his name? Tyler
Horan.
Tyler Horan.
Yeah.
I feel awful.
Point for me back here.
Tyler Horan hit a home run.
Like 2 nights.
Tyler Horan hit a home run after. It's been a long last few days. Tyler Horan hit a home run after Schwarber. So Schwarber's clutch like that. I personally don't know what Carlos Pena has been up to in 1997 in the Cape League, but I'm still gonna pitch to Schwarber.
All right.
Okay.
Well, they're still talking at home plate. We're now at 8:04.
You can't even see. There's
no,
guys
it's gotten,
standing in the outfield.
Yeah, it's gotten substantially worse since we last spoke. For a while, it kind of held, and now it's starting to get a little bit worse. We've got fog. You got Tom Holliday, our 3 umpires, Ryan Smythe and John Schiffner, titans of the Cape Cod Baseball League, all hanging out.
I mean, this would be the quickest game on Cape Cod if we called it. To my count, 8 minutes of play.
Yeah, but Braden, then it becomes we add the time on to the next when
I'm talking
this
about
game
time
resumes.
actually on the field. But I'm
okay.
saying 8 minutes. It's a long trip.
You can't compare this to a 9-inning game. Come on.
Well, if we never make it up. Just a hypothetical.
Folks are still here. Credit to the Chatham fans. They're hanging around. It's a Monday night. People got work tomorrow. People got places to be, and they're hanging out, trying to see if the Anglers can do this. They're shaking hands. Looks like we're packing it in.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So we officially are suspended. Thanks for spending some time with us on this Monday night.
No, we should have had a longer delay. If we did, I was going to ask Braden to give us – I can get at least 330 of the 363 Division I basketball teams if you give me 25 minutes.
What we're going to do, Sporkle?
Yeah, Sporkle. If we could have put Sporkle on the screen, if you give me 25 minutes, I can guarantee you I can get at least 325 of the 363 Division I basketball teams from this past year. So if we had an extra 25 minutes, I'd just let you know that's what we would be doing.
All right. Well, tonight's been postponed. We don't know when it's going to be made up. We'll find that out. Gatemen are going home. They had runners on second and third. That's how the game will resume. Grant Hussey will bat when the game resumes. They will keep the same lineup. We could keep the scorebook. The pitchers, Gabe Davis and Brett Wozniak, who knows if they're going to pitch the next time these two teams meet. Who knows if they're even going to be on the roster the next time these two teams meet because of how things go. But that's pretty much it.
Oh, Braden, why are you hiding us?
Braden's put us in timeout, I guess. I guess this is a good time to sign off, maybe.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
For 54 minutes.
Till we see each other again.
You're more than welcome to come to the rescheduling.
Maybe I will. Who
We're
knows?
also home tomorrow. It's an hour drive, but come hang out. You're always welcome to come hang out. We'll try it again tomorrow. No score in this ball game that will be resumed at a later date. For our entire crew, there's too many names that just popped into our broadcast tonight, but mostly Jack Hunter and Braden and Rachel and our whole gang. I'm Aiden Blanc saying so long. We will talk to you tomorrow. Try to do it again at Spillane Field for Wareham and Falmouth. Good night, everybody.